as you see the beautiful scenery. This video is All Women Are Single 3. I'm gonna put the first links to the chat. Excuse me, I'm gonna put the first All Women Are Single 1 and 2 in there so y'all can get the background. This particular installment is with me and my two super friend brothers, and my soul brother, Real Pill Chauvinist, Lawrence D. Adams, and Alpha Villain. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to all three of those guys. And this is a clip from that. And I feel like we talk about female nature to a point where it'll give you a true understanding on a deep level. So I chose to make this video, All Women Are Single 3. So like I said, make sure you check out part 1 and 2, and even 1.5 featuring Trav. And it's just true, man. All women are single, even yours. If you don't believe it, put her in a situation, man. A lot of times we're as single as our options. We're only as single as our options, you know? People always say what they wouldn't do. If I had $1 million, I'd do this or whatever. Nah, man, you never know, bro. So I made a video before, put your woman in front of a millionaire and let that millionaire give her an opportunity, not to sleep with him, okay? I'm talking about an opportunity that'll change her life. And let's see where she stands with you. And that's what it is. It is what it is, but as long as you understand that concept, it won't affect you as much. But check it out. All Women Are Single. Look at the stadium. Part 3.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 1 of AV at Night, Alpha Villains After Hours, man. This is awesome. This is my first episode, AV at Night. Make sure you guys subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channels, respectively. I have 3 very special guests in the house, man. It's an honor. You guys are no strangers to these guys. They've had me on their platforms, and they've brought me to the light. They made me become a household name, and I appreciate them for being here, man. We have Lawrence D. Adams, Real Pill Chauvinist, and the Alpha Kingdom podcast. What's poppin', fellas?
What's good?
Happy Easter, man. I appreciate you guys, man. I know time is money, and the fact that you guys are here, man, it's really an honor. Let's dive right in, and before we do that, man, I would like for you guys to reintroduce yourselves, because I have some new subscribers, and people have a tendency to forget. So let's start with Lawrence. Go ahead and let everybody know who you are, bro. What you're all about, brother.
This is Lawrence D. Adams. I host a show Monday through Friday called The Thinking Class, where spirituality and the game combines is the thinking class. And if you don't get it, it is your own as fault. You got to join me on every channel, and that's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me under Lawrence D. Adams.
Let's go. I appreciate you, bro. We also have the Real Pill Chauvinist, man. I appreciate you, my nigga. Let everybody know who you are, my G, and what's popping with you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, AV. I'm the Real Pill Chauvinist. You can catch my YouTube channel, The Real Pill Chauvinist. And I like to introduce myself as an international published author. I am the author of Hacker, True Female Nature 101. You guys could definitely check that out on Amazon. It's basically a book about female nature, but not in the sense of just strictly relationships and marriage. It talks about your mother, your sister, the chick at your job, the judge, the police officer, so on and so forth. So pick that book up. And also on my YouTube channel, I speak a lot about basically evolving young boys into men and not just grown males. And you can check my channel out to see what I mean as far as the difference between a grown male and a man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, man. You looking real fresh too, man. The evolution is crazy. Let's go.
You see it.
I see it, my nigga. Let's go. These niggas are so not ready, man. And last but not least, the planner, one of the brains behind the machines, man. One of the dudes that really all three of these guys have been pivotal in getting my face outside and on the microphone, but this guy really kept me and put me on his back. The Afi Kingdom podcast, man. Please reintroduce yourself, bro. Let everybody know what's popping with you lately.
What's up, man? This is Afi Kingdom, aka National Afi Kingdom, aka Mr. International King Afi, aka King Genius. Worldwide traveler, just came back from Europe, yesterday. Author of 25 books, YouTuber, multiple channels. I got a food channel for you cats, got a gaming channel, a wrestling channel, and then I got this channel. So if y'all want some Fireballs game, make sure you subscribe, tap in.
Let's go. Yo, 25 books. Sheesh. Now, guys, for my audience, for those of you who don't know, all three of these guys are authors. They're published authors, they're content creators. They're in the 40/40 club. They grown and sexy. And we, this is awesome. It's an honor for us because you guys, they do a show. They did this, Super Friends. And I think they're going to really provide some real authentic introspection on some of the things that you guys are confused about. So let's dive right in, bro, because I got a couple of questions for all of you guys, man. And I think each of your perspectives will be very valuable. So anybody can answer. Here's a question. What do you guys think frightens men the most about women?
You said what do they
what do you think frightens men the most about women? Because you guys all coach, you guys all mentor people, you guys have been doing this, so I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of similar stories and some unique ones. What do you think from your perspective and your experiences frightens men the most about women?
I got mine off the top. I ain't even gotta think about it.
Yeah, I got mine too, but I think mine's gonna be quick and dirty. You know what I mean? This is I don't think there's too many different reasons, but my quick and dirty answer to that, the reason why what a lot of guys are afraid of when it comes to women, in my opinion, from what I've seen, I guess my anecdotal experience from doing consultations and all that, the biggest thing that men fear is the woman leaving. You know what I mean? It's because I think it's like a tie between a woman leaving and a woman getting another dude's pipe. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, maybe that should be the discussion. What do you think? What does a guy think is worse? A woman leaving her or her getting piped from the next dude? Because now I think about it, a dude might stay with a chick who smashed another dude. Now this is kind of weird. See, the thing is, through my evolution, it's getting harder and harder to put myself in the shoes of just, the average person, because a lot of things that these dudes nowadays deal with.
Let's go.
Nah, real talk. Let's go. I'm with it. A lot of things, like I'm realizing, like I'm not the average dude no more. I mean, it's been a while since I haven't been the average dude, but I guess what I'm really saying is, I realize I'm not a youngin. I'm not a little one. Like I'm stepping into my manhood, like to my grown man status. So it's hard for me to put myself into the shoes of a 20-year-old, 22-year-old, 25-year-old, because these youngins, they live in a different world. We talk about social media, music, so on and so forth, different foods, whatever the case may be. So, but if I give my quick and dirty answer yet again, like I said, now that I think about it, it's a tie. It's either the shorty leaving, which is why dudes will do anything and everything to keep a shorty, to keep getting that box, that in-home box, or them just fearing that another dude, stuck his eggplant in all three of our holes.
Right. Fuck Thiago's AV at night, nigga. We go however you want to go. That was excellent. Yo, I love what you said, bro. Yo, me and Afi were just talking about this because we were looking at some content, respect to the content creators, and I just can't relate anymore. And I was being hard on myself for not being able to relate to youngsters, but what you just said was so perfect. It's getting harder as you evolve daily, obviously. It's like certain questions you can't even answer anymore. You're like, dude, I don't know, man. Look it up. You know what I mean? Like, go YouTube that shit. Like, if you want some
shit, go look it up on YouTube.
Yeah,
right.
Like the shit that you guys probably say niggas can't YouTube. They got to do a consultation. But the other shit that these niggas are talking about, just YouTube that shit, bro. There's a lot of videos out there for that.
I'm gonna say my two is rejection and entitlement, man. Those are the two. Dudes are scared of rejection. They don't feel complete themselves, and they feel like they need a woman to complete them. So they're already approaching situation halfway full. and the entitlement, man. I already told y'all about it. If y'all want to know about this video, y'all need to watch it. It's called Live from Vegas. Do all women lie, even yours? And these guys about that loyal vagina.
Oh yeah.
Because they want that loyal vagina so bad that they don't. You know what I mean? Like a woman can do everything for them and then don't have a loyal vagina. They'd be mad. But then a woman can give them loyal vagina and don't do nothing for them.
Shit, that shit is so real. What about you, LDA? What do you think frightens men the most about women?
They're pretty, you know, these guys are pretty intelligent, so they pretty much took a lot of my answers. So I encapsulate it in one little sentence. I think a lot of men are afraid of a woman's pure sexuality and that they cannot control it, even though they try to. It goes to what Alfie said and what Rick said, is that they want to control the woman's sexuality in the sense that they want to put a handcuff onto it, and not realizing that a woman's sexuality runs so deep that you got to just learn how to ride with it. When it's your turn, it's your turn.
I gotta do tricks and shit. Let's go. Yeah. Yo, that's game. Niggas want to control the box. Yo, that's crazy. You guys said a lot of real things. But what about this though? In my view, I think a lot of guys are afraid to fall in love, and it kind of ties into what RPC says and what you guys said as well. See, we fear what we don't understand. So a lot of these guys have never, quote unquote, been in love because they're too afraid for the bitch to leave. They're too afraid that the woman's gonna be too entitled. They're too afraid that they can't control her sexual nature. You see what I'm saying? It's like these niggas know a lot, but they're not doing anything with information. So now they're afraid to fall in love, and they not even being able to. They can't even experience. It's like, I'm pretty sure we've all been in love, whatever you guys define love to be. And it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's a necessary evil. Yeah, it hurt when it didn't work out, but it taught you a lot about yourself and a lot about the bitch. And it taught you how to like love somebody and be able to control it. So I think a lot of these dudes, for me, are afraid to fall in love because they don't know themselves. They don't know women. And everything that you guys said, they just can't control it.
Dude, you hit it right in the head, man. Let me jump in right quick.
Let's go.
Dude, that is so profound right there, because a lot of men, whether they want to admit it or not, they want to have love. I don't care what they say on these YouTube streets. I don't care what these YouTubians try to push. I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do that. At the end of the day, every person, every human being desires to be loved. The problem comes in, like you said, AV, is that we as men have to learn how to set boundaries with the love that we exhibit for a woman and the love that we receive from a woman, that we're not controlled by the love that she gives. But let me stop. I already turned up, man. It's, you know,
let's hold on. Yeah, tag me in.
He has risen. Let's go. He has risen. Let's go.
Yeah. Tag me in, yo. So what I'll say to that is, I do agree that men should go through the experience of loving another woman, but I want to be careful with the terms that we use, because I believe one of the things I even said in my book is falling in love. I don't think that's necessarily the right thing to do. Now, I do believe that a guy should go through the experience of falling in love, aka being head over heels for a woman. Now, what just for the sake of the conversation, what I mean when I say head over heels for a woman, that's when a guy's doing things that he knows he shouldn't be doing to get this woman, to keep this woman, whatever the case may be. So a guy should fall in love so he can go through that experience and know what it feels like. Oh, wow, yo, I was wilding. I don't know why I did X, Y, Z, so on and so forth. So with that being said, a guy should experience falling in love or being head over heels one time, learn your lesson, move on. But I will agree, and the term that I will use is more so like men should learn how to love a woman, but also care for her. Now, in order to be able to care for her, you have to understand her. So what that means, when she comes through with an attitude, sometimes you don't respond with an attitude. You got to realize, like, oh, she's only acting like this or saying this because X, Y, Z happened. You know what? Let me go this route right here. She's not even expecting that. And she's going to be like, wow, because the last 20 dudes reacted and say, "Oh, why you have an attitude for and so on and so forth." So what I'll say is a lot of guys don't even know how to care for women. Where have they seen it? Where have they seen it? It's not like I said before.
A lot of these niggas don't
That's
know how to care for
fire.
women. Yeah.
They don't know how to care for women. How do they know? Where have they seen it? Because what I stated was, I said it before. Even if it wasn't in my home when I was growing up, I was born in '81. Even if it wasn't in my home when I was growing up, at least I had some semblance of it on television or in media, I should say. Now they don't have it in the home or in media. So they may think that them caring for their woman or them loving their woman is them arguing with their woman. Or even worse, ripping them up, getting that tussle gang on. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Keep your hands in your pocket.
You
That's
heard?
crazy.
You heard?
Oh man.
Go ahead,
Yo,
man.
B, you got anything on that, or should I move on to the next one? Because I know you triggered.
Let me say one more thing. Let me say one more thing
Go ahead.
before I pass it off.
Let's go.
Another issue, not an issue, but another thing that I realized just from my years on this earth, guys, males are more romantic than women.
Facts.
Do you understand me? Because you gotta understand, when I say I've had experiences with women, it's not just sexual experiences. I'm the type of dude, like I was interviewing women before YouTube, before dudes had the phone and all that. Like I'm doing this in 6th, 7th grade. So anyway, I used to ask women like, "Yo, so yeah, you like this dude? Da da da. Yeah, women ain't romantic. Yes, we are. Okay, what are you gonna do for a guy that's romantic?" They stick there, they stuck. Oh, I'm gonna get them chocolate. I'm like, "Do you want chocolate? Oh, I'm gonna get them flowers." I'm like, "That's real feminine." I'm like, "What are you gonna do?" "Oh, I'm gonna cook for them." I was like, "Well, you should be doing that anyway."
Right.
You understand? So this really isn't. So with that being said, when it comes to caring for a woman, these modern guys, these young guys, they only know how to romance a woman. You understand? They think the woman is actually looking for the romance when in all actuality, we know she's not looking for. I mean, in certain situations, once you have build a certain rapport with the woman, you can have episodes of romantic situation with that woman, but it's not the main course.
Right.
You're not every day, all day. You're so beautiful and buying her flowers all day, but that's the only way guys nowadays know how to care for a woman. And I'll just end by saying this: the way I learned how to care for a woman and love a woman and not be head over heels is watching my father interact with my mother, watching my father interact with his wife. I'll stop right there.
Let's go. Yo, Fee, got something for that?
I'm gonna say that a problem is guys don't know themselves, right? So what happens is they look to validate them, right? So as a man, you have to know your value before anything. A lot of the guys, they value women just off of how they look. What happens is they see a woman that fits what they want and they try to build off of that. But you're supposed to do the opposite. You're supposed to build with the qualities first. You know, there's a difference between short-term goals and long-term goals. Matter of fact, I just put this in the new book, Sexual Dominance. You got to learn different skills. Renting and buying houses, yes, they're both shelter, but they acquire different things that you need. You need different things, different qualifications when you're renting, and different qualifications when you're buying. So buying is like the long term, and renting is like the short term. So you have to know. You have to look at yourself as a consumer. You know, what is it that you want out of a relationship? What happens is guys are in relationships and they kind of figure it out as they go. If you want to be in a successful relationship, you and that woman need to have a goal other than the two of you guys. You see what I'm saying? It's to be bigger than the both of you too. Not just about date nights and sex and attention. See, people get married and they think it's some cute thing to do. Like, you know, marriage is supposed to be something from the Lord. It's supposed to be vows and stuff like that. People just try marriage. Like, I like you, you like me too, right? All right, let's just get married. And then it don't work out. Like, no, like, so if I were in a position to where I was digging a woman like that, we gotta have a prize that we're both looking at. Like, let's pretend it's a star. That star right there, you want that star, baby? I want that star. Okay. Now let's try to get that star, and then everything else between comes between that. But what happens is people are just going day to day situational relationships, and when they're bored, they want to leave, or when a dude he gets frustrated, he want to leave. They don't have that bigger purpose.
Now that's game. This nigga said, let's try marriage.
Yeah, the bigger purpose is what's gonna make y'all closer, because every time y'all do things, you're gonna get that confidence by acquiring both of your guys' goals. And that's the thing, bro. People always assume that just because I'm single, I don't know how to be in a healthy relationship. I'm just toxic. I know how to do this shit. A lot of you niggas don't know how to. I know how to. I just know that it's just I got enough jobs already. I got like 4 jobs. And I don't want a bitch to be one of them. And I'm at half 5.
Yo, that was awesome. Guys, make sure you guys subscribe to all Lawrence D. Adams, The Real Pill Chauvinist, and the Alpha Kingdom podcast. All of their channels will be in the description of the video as well. You guys said a lot of excellent points. So let me ask you this, though. Now, let's kind of flip it, because now you guys are always coaching guys. You guys are, not you guys, but the space says women are supposed to be helpmeets. Where the prize to know thyself is to know thy God. Fine. Fine, bro. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. What should a man's duty be with a woman when he cares about her? Right? So what's in it for the woman being a helpmeet for a man who's on his shit? Not these young niggas that don't know what the fuck they doing. I'm talking, we grown men. We talking about niggas that are accomplished. They're on their way up. What's in it for the women being your helpmeet, being next to the God? Because what's our role? Because a lot of dudes don't know what their roles are. And I think that's another problem why men can't maintain and manage women, one woman rotations and shit like that. So LD, you got something for that, bro?
Man, let me say this, and this goes back to my background. Let me say this. The first thing that every woman, I don't care who she is, I don't care if she got a degree and don't work at McDonald's, or she's a greeter at Walgreens. What she needs is a leader. So she needs to be a leader. Second of all, she needs to look at you as the teacher. She needs to be learning something from you. Third of all, what she needs to be getting from you is protection, because she has followed your leadership. She has got your teaching, and now she gets your protection. Now, once she's followed all 3 of those things and she's doing what I led her to do, she's getting my teaching, she's got my protection. Now she qualifies for my provision. And I think a lot of time, and that provision is not just financially.
Right.
Guys get it wrong at. Well, you mean
go
on the target? No, it means now you get my emotional provisions. Now you get mental provision. Now you get my spiritual provision. And then if you qualify, you get that what? Financial provision. But see, guys get hung up on the money because they don't want to come out the pot because they ain't got their money together. Let's be real honest about it. That's what the real problem is, because you don't got your money together. But when you got all 3, 4 of these things together, that provision that a woman needs, whether we like it or not, she needs that emotional provision. That emotional provision that you got to take her up the roller coaster and then take her back down. Up the roller coaster, back down. Then you got to give her that spiritual provision. She needs to connect to the God inside of you. Then the last thing I said, that financial provision. That's the other part. See, don't get hung up on the money. Don't do that. I'm just telling you how it really is.
Man, this is grown man talk right here, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to Lawrence D. Adams. Who want to go next? RPC, you got something for that, bro? Let's go. Tag.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap into and piggyback off what LDA just said. You know what the kids saying now? Pushing P, right? Boom.
Pushing P.
Pushing P. You know what I mean? So that's what you're doing when you have a chick. If she's with you and you that dude, what you receive is pushing P. Just like LDA said, provider, protector, and professor, right? When it comes to providing, you know, you also could provide gems. You know, you teaching her skills. You know, you're teaching about life, because as we've discussed before, us gentlemen on this panel discussed before. You know, women live life right here. I mean, life is right here to them where, guys could, think ahead and think of the future. So you could just, teach us certain things about life. You could teach us something as simple as how to clean chicken. Not
Sure.
to, not to say nothing, but I've had to teach some women how to cook properly and sanitarily. Okay. So that's the provision. Protection. See, I have a video about this, about what you should provide when you have your wife or your maid. So when I spoke about protection, one of the things I don't hear too much spoken about is the fact that you have to protect your wife or your maid from herself.
Woo, that's good.
I mean,
That's
the easiest thing to think about is outside.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. The easiest thing to think about is outside, outside dangers, so on and so forth. Cool. They may even think about inside dangers, like, I don't know, fire set from cooking. Dudes don't realize you gotta protect her from herself, from some of her decisions, some of her delusion. You understand? Now understand. Hold up. Just I know I don't have to do this, AV, but let me just say this real
Let's
quick.
go.
On this channel, we don't hate women. We love women. We're just here, to find a way to bridge the gap between, the two genders and the two sexes. So when I speak, understand, I like to say hit dogs holler. So, if and also I like to say, I haven't said it in a while, is point out the lie.
Let's go.
Understand? So with all that being said, it is what it is. So you got to protect her from herself, her thoughts, her decisions, so on and so forth. When it comes to being a professor, yet again, something else I don't hear talked about often is you have to teach her about herself. Do you understand? Do you know what kind of power that is? When you teach a person, but let's talk about a woman. When you teach a woman something about herself that she never realized, do you understand how she's going to look at you from that point? And I mean, you're doing other things in addition to what I'm speaking of. Let's you got to lay that down right too. Also, but if you physically handling your BI and you also mentally handling your BI, then where's she gonna go? You pushing P.
P. Oh, like the youngsters say, pushing P.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, man, you see, this is what I'm talking about, man. You guys gonna have to rewind that shit, bro. Professor, provisioning. We're not even talking about money. The money's the easy part.
That's easy. That's so simple.
That's the easy
Come on now.
part.
What else you got? You know what? Shout out to Black Ram. You know what he said? A chick's favorite word is what? More. So money's not enough. You need more.
Right.
Well,
right. And what RPC said, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what RPC
Go
said,
ahead.
you got to teach her about herself. Imagine teaching somebody about herself that she ain't know. She asked you, AV, how you know that? You know what I mean? It's like, I met you in a past life, bitch, because they all
That's
the
what
same.
I tell them. I've met you before. They
Yeah,
like, what you mean? Don't worry about that.
Never mind that.
I met you before. What
Exactly.
you mean?
Yeah, never mind. And then they don't want to tell you that you right. See, silence, a confirmation of like me being right or an I told you so moment is their silence. I just look at them like, yeah, bitch, you know. Because normally when they think they're right or they're right, they barking in your ear like a chihuahua. When they're silent, they know you're fucking right. Like, all right, let's go. Have a good night. You know what I mean?
It's their ego.
Yo, Fee.
It's like real quick. It's their ego. Just like what's my man? What's my man? Not Pimp C. What's my man? I put on my IG story the other day.
Sugar free.
Sugar free. Like Sugar Free said, yo, you jump from a chick ego, and if you want to commit suicide, jump from a chick ego and land on her IQ. But go ahead, my bad.
Let's go. Yo, Fee, what's popping?
Yeah, I remember a funny little quick thing. I remember I was dating this principal chick. When I first got this dog, we had a debate, and the debate was, can the dog have one puppy? And so the funny thing about it was, she was insinuating that I was lying because matter of fact, I got it mixed up. This dog had a puppy with my sister's dog, and then so we were just like, I asked her, did she want the dog, and it was only one, and she was like, a dog can't only have one dog, and I'm like, bro, they had one dog, bro. Just trust me on this. Like, I was there, right? And so the funny part about it is if she were right, I would have heard about it, right? So So the next day, my phone had got cut off. And then so I said, let me use your phone so I could pay my phone bill real quick. She was like, all right. She gave me the phone, and then in the phone it say Google search. Can the dog have only one puppy, right? Now she didn't mention it because it told her that it could. Now let it had not said that I was
This would have been like this. Look.
Yeah. Told you.
Topic of the conversation. But instead of just, first off, like she could have just looked it up and been like, oh, you're right. No, she wanted to do it in private, right? For a future confrontation. And since I was right, silence. It would have never came up, right?
Yep.
So that's like about the dogs. Now, a thing about, I know everybody up on here has seen Matt about as far as what you need to be for a woman. You heard what he said. You need to be, I want to be a father, I want to be a lover, I want to be a best friend. So you deal with women, the problem, you have problems with chicks, it's because you're not her everything. That's the reason why. And I'm not saying being her everything is an easy thing to do. You may not have the capabilities to be her everything.
Right, the capacity.
Just because you know the answer don't mean that you can fix the question.
Hold on. That's gay. Hold up. Yo, this nigga said just because you got the instructions don't mean that you could put it together, nigga. Y'all niggas heard it on YouTube. Y'all still can't do it. See y'all niggas in the Telegram. I hear the stories. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with these niggas?
Look at all what you gotta do, bro.
Let's go.
You gotta be a leader. You have to be a
LDA say, right.
You gotta be in charge of her emotions. Yeah, I said it. You have to be in charge of her emotions, bro, because if you let a woman emotions take charge, it's gonna take charge of you. It's gonna take charge of you, bro, because now you yes, it's Fireball's game. You two cats don't know how to talk like this.
That's a big fact. I see a lot of niggas interviewing bitches respectfully.
Them emotions, what we say is bad management, right? So when it's bad management, you gotta fix stuff that shouldn't be broken. So you gotta be her everything. So and see, like guys, we say, oh, I'm gonna just dig her out. See, when a woman, the reason why she has multiple sources, a play brother, a baby daddy. See, these guys are all put together to be her everything.
Come on.
You just don't know what part in her that the piece that you are.
Come on.
You don't know that. You think
Let's go, nigga.
you having sex with her, you the top dog, right? But you just know the guy that she really liked, he might lack in the sex area, and he taking that over. And even pimp game, bro. If you really want to do it to tough, you got to confine your woman, bro. Now, I'm not, you say, well, then you ain't like, whatever. Then you don't have control, bro.
My language, nigga.
You will have to fix in every influence. It's like the COVID, right? We got the COVID, and then we get a positive, we get a negative COVID test. But then as soon as the influence leaves our presence, it can get intoxicated again. And then it comes back to you. Now you got to repair that. So you confine them like in the bubble, then nothing comes out. Right? And then you are the wizard of that motherfucker. Right? You are the wizard.
Find the bitch.
You up there in God mode. And
that's what I was gonna say. You took the words out of my freaking mouth.
Let's go. Go ahead. LT, you next. Go ahead.
I was sitting right here on my tongue. You got to get into God mode. Come on, Alfie.
Bang. Bang.
You niggas try to bite this. Y'all still talking about how the expert level pussy chase. We over here talking about God mode, bro. And this, bro. That the woman has to look at you like that, bro. Problem is, with the dating stuff, does the woman be thinking they equal, bro? But guess what? They think they're equal because of you cats. They don't think they're equal because they look in the mirror and pump themselves up. They think they're equal because of the validation that they get and the things that men are willing to do with things that they don't even value. Women don't value the vaginas like the 90s anymore, bro. A woman will have sex with you and ghost you And it ain't because the sex was bad. It's because she was horny, bro.
Come on.
Why? Because women don't get shamed for being hoes anymore.
Man, that's a perfect segue, but I know LDA got something to say about this too, and I got a perfect segue for what you just said. Go ahead, LDA.
So all I'm going to say, he took the words. It was sitting right there. I say, dude, most people, like Alfie said, we don't talk about men get into the God mode. When you are in the God mode, that means you are her everything. Every man don't know how to be a woman's everything because they don't have the capacity or the fortitude or the ability to be a woman's everything. That's the real game. If you want all this other stuff you've been hearing is pieces and parts, and it's like putting the bike together. You got a wheel over here, a pedal over here, a brake over here. But once you get into God mode with a woman, she'll never leave you or forsake you. Let me stop.
If you're not in the God mode, the least that you can be is you can be her master or her principal. Yeah, you gotta be her master or her principal, bro. Everything that you say, it need to be gold, and everything that you say, she needs to look at you as the authority and you as the person who can discipline her too.
Listen,
What is a woman without fear of disciplinary action?
That's it.
Exactly. Yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started, man.
No.
You trying to round me up real quick. All I wanted to say is real quick. Dudes have to have more so of that dad energy than daddy energy. Daddy's associated with sugar daddy, giving. Dad is associated with authority, giving instructions and direction. Go ahead, AV.
Go ahead, LDA. Go ahead. Now, LDA has something, I think.
When you said that, that's the thing that I think a lot of men miss because they don't have self-discipline. How in the heaven and hell can you give a woman discipline when you can't even control your phallus? Why do you do it?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Discipline a woman and you everything that walk past you trying to stick it because you have no self-discipline. And we can see on these YouTube streets, you most definitely don't have no emotional discipline. But I'm not.
And this is why guys get finesse.
Listen to me. I think this shit went over a lot of niggas' heads. I want to say this, bro, because I like to connect dots and shit. When we first started this broadcast, these are gods. Let me say this, bro. I'm green and shit on this YouTube shit, this content creator shit. Fine, y'all niggas put me on, and I tell this shit to Afi all the time. You guys are gods because look at what we're talking about. Afi's talking about God mode. RPC saying I'm asking general questions that he's having a hard time answering because he's kind of left this space in a godlike manner. LDA's talking about the differences on how to lead a woman and the discipline that is required of a god. This is what we talking about, bro. Like moving forward, bro. Before y'all ask us a question, bro, YouTube it first. And if you can't find the fucking answer, then come to us, bro. Because respectfully, for me, being green and shit, I don't have a lot of patience for the dumb shit. I'm like, yo, YouTube it, nigga. Bro. You already supposed to know what it is. So I got a question for you guys, man, because you guys are hitting me in the fucking head. And I want to start with RPC. Now, you go, like I said, I want to segue. You guys are gods. You guys have motivated me. I admire you guys. The work, you guys as men. And I know you guys are accomplished. You're seasoned. You're well-traveled. You're authors. RPC. What today?
Right now, tell them from Colombia, RPC.
Hold up.
Yeah. I'm in Colombia right now.
I didn't want to jump the Addy.
We out here. We outside, man. No, we're not just outside. We outside the country, man. You know how I do, man.
Let's go.
So, yeah, this is live from Colombia, South America. Let's go.
I bet.
Not Columbus, Ohio. Not Columbia, Tennessee.
Let's go. We outside.
Colombia, South America.
Yeah. Let's go. All right, so bad. Peep game. What do you enjoy most about sex with the woman, RPC, today? Because before you answer, I know it's going to be a deep question because a lot of niggas value sex way too much. And I think even though we all enjoy beautiful women, we enjoy sex, we don't, I'm pretty sure that what we enjoy about sex today as accomplishment on purposes is different from the average man. What do you enjoy most about sex or the sexual experience with the woman?
Well, let me say first, I'm at a point now where sex isn't, like I said, it doesn't feel like the main course. Sex is It's like a dessert. It's an additive. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal. Let me say that off top. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
But when it comes to sex, what do I like about sex now at 40? I ain't gonna lie, man. They said I've had an old soul. They told me I had an old soul since I was young. So when it comes to what I like about sex, it's kind of still the same, man. And that's, to be honest, it's power, man. It's being able to control that body. You know what I'm saying? Because what I tell dudes is like, some dudes be like, they had a chick come before, whatever the case may be. But I say, yo, have you ever felt that quiver? The quiver. You know what a quiver? Quiver's like, for guys who don't know, quiver's like, sometimes when you take a piss in the cold, after you take a piss, there's that little. I mean, you can't manually do that. Your body just automatically does that. Now to make a chick do that. Now the reason that's a good question that you asked there, because just the other day,
You had a bitch
I had
quiver.
some cream. I know, not just quiver. I had the cream of wheat. I had the story before. I had a chick cream of wheat in.
Let's
You know
go.
I don't want to get too into it, but when I knew, you understand, like, cause that's her body talking to me. A chick can't consciously say, "Oh, I want my peach to cream." Nah, she got to be loving it so much that the walls just start secreting juices that could create more lubrication. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, to answer your question, what I like about sex is the power, man, the control. You know what I'm saying? Seeing a woman's body, seeing a woman not being able to control her body, knowing that I'm in control of that. I mean, not to sound too, I don't know what the word is, but that's what I love about sex. And that's why I have videos saying I'd rather have a chick at this point, I'd rather have a chick bust 3, 4, 5, 6 nuts, and I don't bust nothing. Because when I do that, now in her eyes, I'm God.
God won't confine the bitch. You guys are talking my fucking language, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm like, yeah, this is how I'm
Let me add something else to that. Like I said, power and control, right? Understand, when you have this power and control in the bedroom, you do understand that leads to outside the bedroom too, right? Because I've also stated that, fellas, you want your chick to do something for you, or you want her to level up or elevate, whatever the case may be, and she's being stubborn, whatever the case may be. When you up in the shout out to Stephen's Code, when you dig into she busts, you get up in her ear. When she looking like she having that seizure and all that, that's when you get up in her ear. And you gonna be like, yeah, oh yes. And she not even gonna necessarily remember what you said in that moment, but best believe she gonna do what you said in her ear moving forward, man. You're gonna inspire her in that moment. So just know it's all about power and control, man. But just like LDA said, you got to be able to know how to control your own phallus before you can even begin to do anything like that.
Facts, my nigga. Oof, let's go.
Links below to check out All Women Are Single 1, 2, and 3. Make sure you follow Alpha Villains, Lawrence D. Adams, and Real Pill Chauvinists. Make sure you follow all those brothers. And follow me on Instagram, International Afi Kingdom. And my new one, Afi Kingdom Books. Go to Amazon. You can get Conversation with the Soul, International Player, the sequel to International Keys about rotations of women. Got a lot of really cool books. Facelift. California Love about architecture in California. Personal stories. Educator 1 and 2. A lot of stuff. Just you know what? I'm gonna put my link to my Amazon strip, and you can find out what you like, or just get them all. But I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go to take a tour of the city, and y'all take care.